Okay, welcome to science class. With me here is a question on the board, and as you can see, this question is under bonding. Okay, then subtopic chemical bonding. This is paper 2. Okay, so as I said in the other class, I mentioned that paper 2, the type of questions that are found there are actually chemistry. Okay, it's only chemistry in paper 2. So now let us see how we are going to answer this examination question. So question number 1, figure below shows the structure of a compound. So this is the compound, okay? This is the compound. So now we have a question A, name the compound shown. This is 1 mark. Okay, name the compound shown. So now, as a learner, how are you going to know this particular compound? Because all what we are given there is just the diagram. Okay, so actually, what will help you to know that this is this type of compound is actually by looking at the number of electrons that we have. Okay, so the first diagram here, as you can see, the first shell, we have 2 electrons. Then the second, which is the outermost shell in this case, has got 80 electrons. Now, when you look at the 2 which is there and the positive, this shows that this particular element has transferred 2 electrons to the next element. Okay, so that means in its outermost shell, it had how many electrons? 2. Okay, so these 2 electrons had to be shared so that this particular element can be stable. They were trying to react here. Okay, so now just looking at the number of electrons that are found in the outermost shell tells you the group in which that particular element is. So this element is in group 2 if you happen to go on a periodic table, because of the 2 electrons, because it is the electrons that are found in the outermost shell which determines the position of an element in terms of group. Okay, so this element was in group what? Was in group 2. Okay, so now in group 2, when you go on the periodic table there, you are going to look at the elements that are found in group 2. Now, out of those elements, can you look at the elements that have this is because when we count the total electrons here, there are 12. The one that have the atomic number 12 is actually the magnesium. So this element is the magnesium. Okay? Then when you come to this other one, again here, we are going to see that this element had 6 electrons in its outermost shell. Okay? So now, this -2, we are seeing 2 negative, simply means this particular element gained 2 electrons, okay, which is indicated in this form. So these electrons are coming from the other element. So the reason why now these electrons was transferred from here to here, it was trying to be balanced. Okay, this element has to be stable also. This is what is happening here. So now let us now see in which group is this element. So when you look at the numbers I said earlier on the first element, the number of electrons in its outermost shell were how many? Were 6. So this particular element is in group what? 6. Now let us count the electrons all together. So the electrons, the first shell has got 2, then plus 6, they are 8. Now when you go on the periodic table, in group 6, the element that has got 8 atomic number or electrons is actually oxygen. Okay? So now from there, you'll be able to tell that this is what? This is oxygen. Now that you know that this is oxygen and this is magnesium, it is very easy for you now to tell, okay, or rather to name this compound. Very, very easy. So now, solution. Okay, so question A, the answer is magnesium oxide. This is magnesium oxide. When magnesium reacts with oxygen, you are going to have magnesium oxide. Okay, so we come to question number 2. Write down the chemical formula. This is actually 2 marks. Write down the chemical formula. So we are going to write the chemical formula of magnesium oxide. So now for you to know how to write the chemical formula of a given compound, first of all, you have to know the chemical formula of each element. So the chemical formula of magnesium is Mg. Then the chemical formula of oxygen on the periodic table is O. So when you add this, automatically we are going to have magnesium oxide. Okay? So that will be the answer. Then from there, we are going to answer the last part of our question, which is question C. What type of bonding is present in the compound? So when you look at this compound, remember the difference between these two types of bonding. We have ionic bond and also the covalent bond. So the only difference which is there is that chemical bond or ionic bond involves the transfer of electrons, while the covalent bonds involves the sharing of electrons. Now when you look at this one, as I said the time when I was explaining on the first question, this element was actually losing 2 electrons. That means 2 electrons were being transferred from this element to this other element. Okay, so just from there you can tell that this is ionic bond. Then apart from that, the other difference is that ionic bond involves non-metal and a metal. Okay, so magnesium is a metal and oxygen is the non-metal. So when these two react, the type of bonding which is there is ionic bonding. So the answer for question C is ionic bonding. What type of bonding is present in the compound? Ionic bonding. Hence the answers. So we have answered this question. So this is how we answer examination questions in science paper 2. Thank you so very much for watching and paying attention. See you in the next class.